Hi, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux. I am going to be showing off the last and final alpha build of version 3.0. For those of you that don't know, MakuluLinux or MakuluLinux, or however some of you want to pronounce it, is based on Debian. So this is a distribution built from the ground up, and it's Debian based. Currently running on kernel 3.9.3. I think the last alpha build was based on 3.8.13. We've moved on to kernel 3.9.3. In the last alpha build, we were using MDM as a display manager. We still are. As you can see, I've been editing on the theme a bit, giving it a little bit more of a transparent look. This is the live CD slash DVD slash USB, whatever you want to call it. So I've actually built it, and I'm going to show it off as a live user would see it. So let us log in. The first desktop I'll show you is Cinnamon. Now, you probably have spotted a few differences since the last time I've done a review, which was a few days ago. We've now started working on the eye candy, so of course Conky has popped up. You also see the live installer icon on the desktop. You'll also notice that overall the whole theme and look has been polished up a little bit. The main differences is the applications we've added. We've added a buckload of applications, some stuff pre-configured. For example, we now have Java working fully functional in MakuluLinux 3.0, and I can tell you now that was a bitch to install because Java was removed from the repositories, Debian repositories, I think, like a year ago. And now you've got to go through the 6-page manual to get it working. So I thought, why not have it pre-installed and save anybody who might use Java the trouble. It is only a 40 meg install. So Java is fully operational, and I'm sure that will be handy to many people. We've installed Steam. Steam is now working in MakuluLinux 3.0, and there is no Debian for deb file for Debian. Currently, as far as I know, there are a couple of workarounds to try and get Steam working, but I have managed to get it working. So Steam is now functional in our build. We've added Dropbox, Dludge. Dludge is the torrent manager, obviously. I think it's by far the best one. Dropbox is obviously to sync your files with online storage unit. FlareGet and Opera, I'm not sure, was that in the last build? I don't think so. FlareGet has been integrated with Opera, so it catches download links. It's a multi-threaded download manager, very awesome. InSync is an application that lets you sync with files with your Google Drive. Of course, you know, Java's installed, Pigeon, Mozilla, and XChat. Those were in the previous video. So LibreOffice obviously is installed. Radio Tray, I've installed Radio Tray. It's always awesome when you're working to just stream some music in the background. Wine obviously is fully functional with Winetricks, all working. Gparted is of course included. Yeah, so the updates since the last video has been mainly been installing some applications, putting on some eye candy, you know, just polishing up on a few things. For those that didn't see the last video clip, MakuluLinux 3.0 is Debian based, built from the ground up, meaning I literally had nothing but a TTY and a few simple commands, and a 3.2 kernel to work on, and this is what I've created. Four desktop environments sharing a standard theme, which is the ambience theme. We love the theme, we've used it in all of our previous releases, and so we thought we'd bring it across to Debian. So you've got this ambience theme. It's a very, very slick, nice theme. So yeah, the 4 desktop environments is Cinnamon, Mate, KDE, and XFCE. And this is Cinnamon 1.8, the new Cinnamon 1.8 that's currently being released by in Mint 15, which I think is also in alpha or beta at the moment. So yeah, it's a very nice look. We've added a couple of shortcuts on the desktop to make it easier for user to quickly access terminal, web browser, and files. There's always the 3 handy ones. We've also included favorites on the side panel, so those will be quick links to essential stuff. The software manager that we use in MakuluLinux is well, it's a Debian software manager obviously, but it's got the Mint skin. It's very fast, it's almost instant. You click something and it's there, you know. And I have a slow internet connection. I mean, I'm in South Africa, you know how slow our internet is here, and even for me it's instant, so that's very, very nice. Those that didn't see the last video, we've got a new little application, add remove software here. When switched on to installed only, it's very easy for new guys to sort of see what's installed. You just click on the category and it will actually show you all the programs that are installed. You can simply uninstall them very quickly and easily. You can also check what depends on the package and what's required by the package and so forth. So it's very, very powerful little utility. And of course, when the filters are switched off, it will show not just what's installed, but will actually allow you to install extras. I think I need to actually reload it, but I'm going to skip that for now. So it's a very basic version, or more user-friendly version of the package, Synaptic Package Manager, which of course is included as well. We've got the device driver manager. I'm in a virtual machine, so it won't show any drivers, but come on, there we go. Sorry, that's just my slow net. I'm busy downloading in the background as well. So yeah, that will install any additional drivers, including your graphics drivers. So I'm going to move over onto the next desktop environment. Sessions. Let's move on to KDE. Just a session. KDE's had much speed improvement. You'll notice, look there, it's almost instantly booted into a KDE from the login panel. Conky, of course, is on a delayed startup, so that will take a few seconds to boot up. There we go. KDE is very fast. I mean, this is like lightning fast. You click on something and it's there. You know, there's no delay. I'm in a virtual machine. You know how slow that is. I've got limited resources, limited RAM, limited CPU power. I'm downloading stuff in the background, working on other stuff. I've got like about 10 programs open there, and yeah, it's pretty instant. We've also enabled a few extras. You know, open as root, open with terminal, and so forth. So Dolphin, that's the Dolphin file browser. Obviously, we've put the same 3 shortcuts into the bottom panel. We've opted to rather go with the classic menu. You can easily switch that to the default menu. I know I had a lot different menu in the last review, but I really like the classic menu because of the speed. One of the big factors we're going with in this distribution is because Debian is so stable. We've had really minimal work to to do on conflicts and stability. So speed has become our new focus, main goal, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, Conky is obviously running here. You've got your folder view, you've got a lot of extra widgets. You can install more widgets if you want, add widgets. There's a bunch here and you can get more online. Of course, as you can see, we've brought the ambience theme as well into KDE, so it shares the theme with the other desktop environments. Unlike Cinnamon, we've gone for a more creamier look here. So yeah, that's KDE in a nutshell. We've got a few shortcuts on the desktop, of course. So yeah, as you can see, snappy, very fast. I don't think I've seen KDE that run this fast ever. I mean, look there, a few seconds and I'm logged out. And I'm pretty sure you know how slow KDE's been in the newer versions. It's been extremely slow. So it's nice for a change just to be able to use it at the same speed that you would Mate or Cinnamon or even XFCE. Okay, let's move on to Mate. Show the Mate desktop. Okay, so if you log into Mate desktop environment, of course you'll see that Conky also boots up. We've got the same three shortcuts on the desktop, and as you can see with all of the desktop environments, we've gone for the traditional classic look with the start menu in the bottom left corner, bottom panel with Windows list, clock, and so forth. We've also used the classic menu instead of the Mint menu. I know you can enable the Mint menu, but the classic menu is kind of growing on us, and it's, you know, actually very easy to use. Everything's right there. You don't have to sort through favorites or click this, click that. Everything just works off the bat, so I'm not quite sure what everybody's raving about the Mint menu for. Of course, the file browser of choice here is Kaja. Kaja is our course, and I think this 1.6.1 Kaja. As you can see, once again, it's got the ambience, the whole ambience look, the theme. Of course, this is a more of a black and white look for Mate, but then again, that's always felt just right with Mate. We did activate some of the features: open as administrator, open terminal, send to, sharing options, and so forth. So that is pretty much Mate running Kaja on MakuluLinux 3.0, and as you can see, there's no problem with speed. This whole distribution is just so fast and snappy. I mean, that's our main focus, is speed. You click on something, it's there. That's not a problem. So I'm going to move on to XFCE now. Sessions, XFCE, change, select user, login password, enter just for the session, and we are in XFCE. Look at that, almost instantly. As you can see, we've got the three main icons at the bottom as well: Thunar, Opera, and the terminal. You got the clock on the other side, your two workspaces, and of course you got your classic menu. You'll notice here we've gone once again for the traditional look with a menu in the bottom corner, bottom panel, and so forth. You can swap these around if you want, but this is just the look that Makulu has, and so we've put it that way. Of course, the file browser of choice here is Thunar, which is 1.2.3, and as you can see, it also has the ambience theme. All the desktop environments do, and unlike the others, Thunar has the creamy look of similar to KDE. It's very fast as well, and if you noticed, we've also added a few custom actions: open terminal, open as administrator, create a tar, view with gthumb, create symlink, and so forth. So yeah, that is XFCE. Conky is obviously running here as well. I want to just show off the fact that we have now also added a shitload of themes galore. You can now go mad with editing your theme. customizing it. Icons as well, there's quite a selection now. We've done this in pretty much all of the desktop environments, so now you can go absolutely crazy with theming. As you can see, I think that one actually, after you reboot I think that one needs a reboot. Anyway, it's now themes galore. You can now customize to your heart's desire. As you can see, the icons are just changing as I click on whatever. So yeah, as you can see, we've polished the look quite a lot more. We've also added a whole bunch of new backgrounds. You now have the kangaroo hippo hippo riding in the sack of the kangaroo. That actually, I've got to thank the Tech 9 from the Astralis crew who gave me this. We've got the macho hippo, the two hippos obviously disagreeing, or maybe they just trying to form a heart, I don't know. Of course you've seen those are from the previous builds. We now have the hippo parent, the big hippo giving a little hippo a nudge, probably walking for the first time, very cute. We also have the hippo kiss, and the hippo friend, the alligator riding on the back of a hippo. We have the hippo dance, which is I don't quite know what that hippo is trying to do. But anyway, so yeah, there are a couple of extra wallpapers included this time around on top of the already available wallpapers. It's still my favorite, this one. But once again, even in Cinnamon, you'll see that you've got quite a selection of themes available, as well as controls. There's quite a selection there. Controls, icons. You've got quite a few icons here. Nice little icon pack that you can use. Window borders, once again, is quite a nice little selection there. Of course, it is quite a selection, especially for something like Cinnamon that doesn't really have a lot of themes compared to the other desktop environments. But yeah, there's plenty there for you to customize and change the look and so forth. You can always download more online. Mate, just for the session. Okay, mate as well, preferences, appearances, and you'll notice with mate there's quite a selection there too. Most of them ambience based because we've been setting it up that way, but if you go to controls, just look at that list. You can just go crazy there. Border colors, the actual borders themselves. Let's go for dusk. Where's the dusk in here? Should be dusk in there. Dust blue, there we go. Dust blue. So icons, let's go for something like that. And pointer, let's go for a blue. And there you go. In just a few clicks, we've completely changed the theme. You see how nice and easy that was. New icons, new look, new pointer, new window borders. Even the menus changed. So yeah, there are plenty themes for the guys to mess around with, to change the look and feel of it. You can change the desktop background, and it does maybe that one, hippo in the wild, maybe that one doesn't go so well with this theme. I think probably a more darker one. There we go. See how quick and easy that was. So yeah, the other thing I wanna we've obviously updated Opera to put in the usual favorites that we would normally put in. It also got ad block, send to mobile, the web caching, links catching, creating links. of course we've also enabled the ambience theme in Opera. So yeah, so pretty much in a nutshell, we've been polishing up on the whole look and feel of MakuluLinux. I still have quite a bit of way to go. I want to still concentrate heavily on drivers, make sure that if somebody installs this, that most of their drivers are covered, at least all the essential ones. I also still have some testing to do with, of course, Steam to make sure that's fully functional, as well as Wine. Um, I don't think I'll be adding many more programs. If I do, because this ISO is now dangerously coming close to 2 gigabytes, and I don't want to go over the 2 gigabyte limit. So I think I've pretty much added everything that you see here. Put it this way, will most likely be in the final build, because there is plenty here. Really, I don't think there's more needed. If you use a one software, there's a software center for that. But overall, I must say I'm very happy with the build. It is fast. It's running at lightning speed. I mean, you click something, it's there. That's not a problem. As you can see, all of the desktop environments are like that. Everything's instant. They boot in almost instantly. I mean, did you see the speed of KDE? I mean, that's just unheard of. People I've spoken to about it have said it's like years since I've seen KDE run that fast. So I'm very, very happy with that. But yeah, and this is the 3.9.3 kernel, one of the latest kernels available. So you know, it will have all the bug fixes and support for the newest drivers and so forth, which is always awesome. I might edit a little bit more on this theme, I don't know, but I kind of like this look. You know, it's just a few options on the screen, and the rest allows you, you know, you can see the background around it. So yeah, very nice looking. Anyway, I didn't want to make this video long, so I just wanted to show off the progress and show the fact that it's starting to look nicer because of, you know, I've been polishing it. So yeah, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux signing out for now. I think this is the last alpha. The next will probably be a beta, and that will be a public build, so you guys will be able to test this very soon, give feedback, and we'll take it from there. I'm sure there's a couple of people very anxious about that, just to probably try and see if it's really as fast as I say it is, and it is, trust me. But yeah, so until most likely a few days, I don't know, building's been going extremely fast nowadays. I guess my skills have improved. Just a few days ago I was sitting with just a few empty desktop environments, and now I've got this. So yeah, hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon. This is Jacques signing out.